could I see myself using these in my own beats? If they're good enough to where I would choose, because I have a really picky sound selection. The drums got to hit hard as fuck, you know?
I mean, you're dark. Like, you're super dark. Like, your music's
Style.
dark. It's dark.
It's aggressive, dark, emotional.
I can't wait for the day you try something happy. Can you try something happy for me? Are you really
I just
swatting a
slapped a fly out of the air.
on
Just-
camera?
Please tell me that. The air just like diverted it in the other direction. Just bitch slapped him.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fucking year. Welcome back to Enter the Realm. You already know who it is. It's Jennii Lo, in case you ain't know. We about to go with the flow. Today we got somebody special. I ended with him. I'm going to start with him. What's up, Yeti?
What's going on, Jenny? Appreciate you having me back.
What's going on?
Hell yeah.
We got a lot to talk about. A lot. Had a lot of questions. Because last year we talked, although, you know, the content was a little chopped. We talked a lot about you being a producer and all that stuff. But, y'all seen what I see. This man is no longer a producer. This man is an architect of the music, of the timelessness that he's about to create, and what y'all done heard and what's going to come. Like, what? I'm excited for this. Once again, thank you for being here. Like, deadass, thank you. This is going to be a dope-ass moment for us.
Looking forward to it. Been excited about this.
So, you know, let me spit out some rapid-fire questions real quick.
Go for it.
If last year's version of yourself was sitting here, what would you tell him right now?
Be open to change. Because a lot has happened this past year, taking different directions that I never would have pictured myself taking if I hadn't been open to it. So if I had to say anything, that would be it.
Okay. So was there like a clear moment that brought that to you?
I mean, we all kind of evolve over time, right? So there's no like one ultimate moment, but I have been kind of making a major shift in the way I do my production recently. Like a lot of producers sell beats online, they have a beat store. I'm currently in the process of shifting out of that kind of phase of my career and being more exclusive, working with artists one-on-one.
And that's why I said he's an architect. Cause what made that want to come about though? Like why?
I've been working, like doing records with artists one-on-one for years now, maybe 2, 3, 4 years. I've been really honing in on it. But these past couple months, I've been doing it a ton with several artists, and it just feels the most fulfilling it always has. And, you know, that signal in my mind telling me that that's what I enjoyed the most, it got so loud that I couldn't ignore it anymore. It's like when your mind is telling you something, you can only push it down for so long before you accept that it's like, this is the direction I'm supposed to be going. And selling beats was a whole set of tasks and responsibilities that I don't even think I was happy doing. Because, you know, all that work, putting it up on BeatStars, YouTube, SoundCloud, doing an artwork for it, which is going to get discarded the second the beat sells because it's going to become a song. All that to sell it to artists that I possibly might not even like. That's ridiculous. Fuck that.
That was actually one of my questions was like, you seem way more selective now with who you want to work with. Yeah. Like, it seems like to get to you, you gotta be on point. You gotta be able to ride his type of beats, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
And it's not for everybody. You know, that's just what it is.
No, it's not. But you are. Your shit can... I think... I'm going to praise him quickly. I think your shit is so good that you deserve to be in credits in movies. Like, I fully believe that documentaries, like, I think you could do that. I think last year, the conversation last year we had was, who are your dream collabs, right?
Right.
what do you now want your music to do? Where do you want it to go? Because I know you're an award-winning producer. I know you got all these accolades and all this stuff. The world doesn't know it. So go ahead, go for it. Tell them.
About the accolades?
Everything.
Well, in 2023, I produced music for advertisements for Jägermeister on social media, aired in 5 countries, Vietnam, Philippines, New Zealand, Malaysia, Singapore. And so, as you can see, I'm wearing the chain right now, the Jaeger chain that they sent from all the way from New Zealand, little sponsor package. I won Replicon Radio Producer of the Year in 2023. And I won another Replicon Radio Award for 2025. So, they host the award ceremony the year after. So that was recent.
That's for those of you guys who don't know about him. I knew that. I just wanted him to tell y'all.
And obviously, there's,
fucking respect on his name.
we'd be here all day if I, just.
I know, that's why I'm like, what's the fucking respect on his name? This is just a little bit, a little bit of a little bit.
Appreciate that.
I got you. That's what we do. What do you think makes somebody unforgettable creatively?
I think it's something that you can't describe in one dimension, right? When I hear a fucking nasty artist, if I want to compliment them on their music, I don't even know where to begin. And that feeling of being flustered, not knowing where to start on why I like something, is almost like a telling sign in and of itself. Where it's like, yo, the flow, the choice of words, the style, the way you deliver, like, like if I can't describe it in one way, then that's versatility to me. That's artistry.
Okay. I mean, yeah. If you don't give me that vibe, I'm the same way. Yeah, you're not it.
I mean, if you can sum it up easily, then how good really are you, right?
Exactly. All right. What role do you enjoy now in this process that you're working on yourself? Like, are you still, all right, let's back up a little bit, because he's also a person who creates his own merch, right? Because you got your wood pieces, your notebook that you did for your first project, if I remember correctly, the Observer Effect, correct?
Yeah, the leather book.
Yes.
A lot of those are like, they started out as props that I needed to use for artwork. Because a lot of my artwork derives from photography. So it's like concept, physical set design, photograph, editing, and that's like the artwork. Instead of, while we're talking about it, so a lot of, I think, artwork, like the traditional way to do it as artists, is maybe just a picture of them on the cover or something like that. And being the record producer, that didn't feel right for me. It was like taking credit for something that's not mine. So it didn't make sense for my face to be on a record that I produced for an artist. But I have to do something if I'm releasing my own records, right? So I went with like the no words, using themes, symbolism, items, set designs to kind of represent the theme of the song. Hence like the Observer Effects book with the eye on it,
Fire.
slasher movie set design, all that stuff.
That was the TV box. I remember that one. Yeah.
It's my way of kind of doing that,
Okay, so now in everything you do, what role do you enjoy the most in your process?
All of it. The process of doing the whole process. Like, I just love it all for different reasons. I feel like I just have creativity in my blood, and that's why I enjoy doing the artwork just as much as the music, all that stuff. It's just an extension of the process. Okay,
so let's talk about what you dropped, not too recently, but for those who don't know, you dropped a behind-the-scene documentary approach, which, by the way, was fucking fire.
Oh, you seen it?
Of course I did.
Hell yeah, appreciate you tuning in.
Of course. Why was it important for you to show that process?
I just felt like there was a lot more to it than people might pick up on naturally.
Okay.
Just from seeing it as listening to the song or watching the music video. And I thought it would give a little bit of insight into my mind and how much depth there is to it, but also possibly inspire other creators when they see it, So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to go off of that, but let's go back to the wooden USBs, because that was interesting, because you only made 5
yes.
of them. What inspired that now?
Wow. So, first of all, because they're handmade, right? So I wanted to, I'm not a woodworker, I'm a musician. I don't want to drift too far from what I actually am. And that was like a manageable amount of merch to make for this project. But it was also, so Isolation Therapy, the album, right? It's a 5-track instrumental album. And the way it worked was I booked an Airbnb for like a secluded log cabin in the middle of like the mountains of Vermont.
Nice.
No signal, no social media, no YouTube, no nothing, just my thoughts and my laptop.
Hence the title.
Yeah. So it was a retreat that I felt like I needed to disconnect and face my creative process. And Isolation Therapy is the collection of music that I made out there. And I brought it back, the ideas, finalized it in the studio, obviously, where I mix everything. And there was this one track that I made out there that it just, for some reason, it didn't feel like it belonged on the official track list, but it was still nonetheless something I made out there on this retreat. I'm like, so I have to include this somehow. So I made it a bonus track. And I made the USB drives very exclusive merch where you can only hear the bonus track if you get one of the 5 USBs. So.
Did someone get one of the 5 USBs with it?
Somebody did.
So whoever you are, do me a favor. Can I get it? Please. I'll buy it. How much you want? Because I want to hear what's on there. Is it anywhere else?
No.
So I'll pay you however much you want.
I was going to wait, but reach over there. Look over there. You made it so easy to hide because of the room you chose here.
Shut the fuck up.
You walked by it like 30 times.
Shut the fuck.
You walked by it like 30 times. It was so well hidden.
Why would you do that? So that secret song's here?
Yeah. Yep.
How you open it?
Only 4 other people have ever heard that, or will ever hear that song.
Ha ha!
Big ha.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
I said pick a number, 1, 2, 3, or 5.
Uh-huh.
Look at the end of it. You said 3, right? You said 3?
What did I say to y'all when I came today? Today's mantra is what? What was the in-sync word of the day or sentence of the day?
Oh, you're gonna have to
On top of the world.
Oh, yep.
This is good signs. 3. Oh, thank you.
3.
Now I don't know where to go. You got me off.
3 or 5. They're all unique too because they're handmade.
This
and
is
it's
fucking
real birch wood.
this is real wood.
Yeah.
Have you seen this? Feel it. Yeah, I gotta pass it on. Y'all gotta wait. Y'all know we in my world right now. Hold on, wait a minute. Tell me that's not fire. When I seen it online, I was like, what is this kid up to now? Because every time I see something, because I'm not on social media like everybody else. I really ain't. Like, I'll scroll quickly. Y'all see me post dumb shit. But when I see you guys get in y'all creative bag, I just, come on, son. This is amazing. Yes. Where are the other ones? Where's his vinyl for me? Where's the vinyl? Where'd you put it?
On the bench over there.
See, you can't keep giving me merch. You can't keep doing this. Like, how you gonna sign this for me?
Oh yeah,
we'll do this
point.
after.
God damn.
We'll do this after. See, I can't be fangirling on my show. You crazy. Crazy. Don't be doing me like that.
My bad.
All right, so let's talk about some industry, legacy, and future shit, right? So, just however you see fit, you answer the side.
All right.
You've touched, bigger industry artists and stuff like that some people could still consider underground, some people know of. Did those moments validate anything for you when you, collab with any of these people? First of all, any new collabs that we know about or can tell us about?
I can't right now. There is something in the works, and it's an international collab, and that's all I'll say. And I don't mean Canada or fucking I'm talking overseas. And I'll actually be jumping on a flight this August to finish up the project. So.
Which means I'm coming on the flight, right? To document this whole thing?
Just gotta hide in one of my suitcases. Thankfully, I got one of the check luggages. So
Really?
yeah,
I mean, I know how to.
might
get
be a little
flexible and
turbulence,
and
just
get
getting
into
knocked
it.
around under the plane.
But yeah, so like, does any of those moments validate the things that you've done and how you feel about things now, moving forward?
Absolutely. There's been a lot of full circle moments because I've gotten the chance to work with half the artists that I grew up listening to. Saying that out loud is fucking crazy to me.
It's insane, ain't it?
Like, I'm still not used to it entirely.
That's just so
And
off. Not a lot of people can say that.
yeah, so,
Not a lot of people can say
and
that.
work with them closely too.
I
Like,
worked with such and such, and that was who I listened to. Like, come on, son. That's just so.
and it's something I don't think about on the daily anymore because this is reality
It's
now.
what
But
you do.
sometimes I step back and I'm like, holy shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of hard work. And you know what? I don't think it's a coincidence that my style lines up a lot with them. Because when I was starting, I was 17, 18 years old when I started making beats. They were the artists I was listening to heavily at that time when I was developing my initial sound. So I leaned on their production to decide, like the production behind all the music by them that I was listening to was teaching me what I liked and what I didn't like. And so it became a huge factor in my taste, my flavor, the decisions I make in my sound. So yeah, you know, I don't think it's a coincidence at all that it lines up with them.
I love that for you. I love that for you. Let's talk about your camp. How you call your camp mates is the Ice Cave. How often do you go into that and take what your fans tell you or utilize critique from your peers to better yourself?
Once in a while, I'll see a comment on something that's like, it gives me a little bit of pushback. And I read all of them, right? I read and try to like really hear what they're saying. And when you're receptive to that stuff, sometimes it can lead to good ideas, things that you haven't thought of before. And so I think it's really important to be open to what people are saying, whether it's in comment sections, like publicly. You got to be able to like put your ego aside
Not a lot of
and
people know how to do
admit
that.
in public, like comment sections and shit, that someone might be right and you're wrong.
But not a lot of people know how to do that. Some people still jump at, oh, this person said I was trash.
But what happens when you aren't able to admit that you're wrong, and then you double down, and you look even more like a fool when people find out.
So that's what makes you different is that you don't dumb down like the rest of them do. Some people do.
Like someone calls me out on something, tells me I'm wrong, or there's a different way to do something, or I stop and I think about it. You know, it's like, oh shit, like maybe you're right. And imagine if everyone was willing to do that. And I'm not perfect, you know, sometimes, like
No
everyone
one
has
is.
an ego to some extent,
Yeah, of course we do.
right? But, you know, got to keep it balanced.
Of course. Okay. My next question to you. Let's dive deeper. If you was to see yourself in 6 years ago, what would you say to yourself now?
In the next 6 years, you're going to meet a lot of people that you think are meant to be there. And it's just going to be like everybody else. And that's just the way it is. And you have to be willing to let go of people when it's their time to make their exit in your life. Not everybody, because some people really are meant to stay. But sometimes it's not the people you expect that will, whether it's like fuck you over or things just don't feel in alignment anymore for whatever reason.
Grow apart. People grow apart from certain things, or again, like you just said, alignment.
And when it comes to friends or people you work closely with or whatever it is, like, I think there's gonna be a grieving, like we're human beings. There is a grieving process. You can't pretend you don't feel anything for somebody you value in your life or care about, right? So it's okay to feel those things, but also let go of them and accept that this is a person from the past, and that's where they stay.
Hey, that's where you stay.
That's where you stay.
That's where you stay. Are you trying to create hits or timeless records? I know we were talking about this outside, but again, I'm going to give bro praise because I'm really a fan. Like, dude, you make music that I feel like my kids we're gonna put on. Like, my mom interviewed this guy. Let's listen to it because we could still do a two-step. We could still just relax, you know, and listen to a raw lyricist on a good track. I think your pieces are timeless, even down to your merch and your how you do your albums and stuff. I really do feel like you have longevity in music.
I appreciate that.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
You're welcome,
You
my
know,
darling.
it's
You're welcome.
so timeless music versus hits. It's funny because I think I misuse the word hits because I think when I say this shit's a hit, I mean timeless record. So I guess the answer is timeless record.
There we go.
But
I was just making sure you caught yourself.
but I still say it just habitually. It's just it's a feeling when I make something like, oh, this shit's special right here. You know.
It is. What's one creative risk you haven't taken yet that you want to? Wait, I gotta come back to some
Wow.
of these questions over here.
Fuck, that's a good one.
Got you sprung on that one. Wow.
You got me. I don't have an answer for that one. You
Wow.
know, maybe that's okay. Like, you know, sometimes I challenge myself along the way. Isolation therapy was a self-challenge that came out of fucking nowhere. That was fall of 2025. I made that album in September. If you would have asked me a month ago what I'm planning on doing, that wouldn't have come to mind. It was just this spur of the moment challenge. So who knows?
Okay, that's a good answer
I
too.
mean,
I mean that defeats the next question.
you want to ask anyway?
I am.
I mean,
Because I'm like, I'm looking at my others. I'm like, there was a question that I really wanted to ask. Because, like, again, when I started off this segment, I said he's no longer the producer. In my eyes, he's an architect. Like, really, what's next for you? Like, do you feel like you can get into putting your music into films? Are you going to go talk to some labels? What are we doing?
I want to consistently, or more consistently, put out singles and albums with artists one-on-one.
Okay.
Put them out together, promote it together. Like, yo, we're doing a music video, let's do it, let's figure it out. Like, really be there every step of the way I would be with the records I release, you know. And it doesn't have to necessarily be the same artist every time or always a different artist, but just, you know, build catalog, build with artists that I genuinely fuck with. And
yeah, but we can't just do that. We also got to expand with people who we don't fuck with, but also want to fuck with the music.
What do you mean by that? Like, so
What I'm saying is, it's like, you know, people can have difference of opinions, but might like how you make music and still want to work with you, but, you know, just personally probably don't have a feel for you. I don't know. Producer culture online feels very oversaturated. Like, I've watched stuff on TikTok and I'm just like, all these podcasters that do these online, what do you call it, beat sales and stuff like that. Have you ever done any of those?
You mean like talking about like when people live stream and make beats? I did it for a very short period of time.
Why not long time?
2021. It just wasn't my vibe.
No?
My process is very secluded.
Have you now? Is it secluded now? It's always been secluded.
I think it's more secluded now than ever.
Because I was gonna say, I think you're more selective now.
Yeah.
Than probably before.
I don't even like cooking up beats in front of people.
Why not?
It's a very thoughtful process for me.
So walk me through your process. Walk me through your process now.
I will sit down and start 99% of the time with the melody.
Okay.
I sit there and I write a melody from scratch. It comes from here. I almost never use samples. So I write the melody, I perfect it, I record it, I build the loop, the drums and everything. Then I figure out the arrangement, you know, start laying out the structure of the entire track, and yeah, that's pretty much the process. Melody, drums, along the way counter melody, stuff like that, layering stuff, and the arrangements kind of being done on the fly, if that makes sense.
There was a question, and the question was, what was the one track that really broke you and blew your mind? I see, I even said it wrong. He asked me, y'all. He asked me. Go.
The 1%, the newest record,
Why?
because I had a really hard time. Like, I've never struggled so much with a mix. I think there's a lot of stigma and shame around the idea of struggling with the mix as an engineer, because we're supposed to be so in control and like act like we know everything for the sake of like working with clients and, you know, our expertise. But we face challenges too. And the 1%, for like a couple years, I felt like my mixing didn't sound the same. And I was struggling with them a little more than I normally had. And I would send them to get feedback to this this engineer and producer that I look up to, that I work with, Rockwood Productions in Stoughton.
Okay.
And you know, he's
Shout
been
outs
doing
to
this.
them.
Shout out Rockwood, man. He's an OG, and I can trust him to give me honest feedback when it comes to my mixing. He hears something, he's gonna start out by telling me that. Like, tear my shit apart if he has to. So I'll send it to him and he'll just rip it to pieces and be like, this, and that. Like, you know what I mean? And the 1%, I sent it to him, and I feel like I couldn't seem to get the mix right, like a handful of times. And then I took an ear break from it. Just, I needed some space from it because it was too personal. I was too close to the record, so I wasn't making the best decisions when it came to it. I don't know why, but when it comes to other people's records, it's a cakewalk for me. When it's my own, I feel like I overthink it a bit too much.
You're a perfectionist.
Perfectionist. And then when it's mine, it feels more personal, and I'm known to just overcook my own records. And so one day, I came back to it. I did what I thought was the best version of the mix on that song that I had ever done. And Rockwood said it sounded better when it wasn't mixed. And I'm like, damn. And I start thinking, I'm like, the fuck's wrong with me? What's like, there must be something wrong with me or some shit, my hearing or something. And it was just this feeling like there was a disconnect between my perception of hearing and my brain. And it got to the point where I was losing my mind. I called an audiologist, and he told me that there was a good chance that I was too sensitive to sound, and that's a condition called hyperacusis. So I look into it, and I actually have this thing where high-pitched frequencies bother me more than most people. And so, step by step, here's what happens. I'm mixing vocals. Harsh frequencies, I hear them as a problem more than most engineers would. And so as a result, I bring them down more than I should. And that results in sometimes muddy sounding vocals. And I had to keep myself in check. Since then, when I understood that about myself, it became a tool where it's like, okay, I know this thing about myself, so if it sounds a little too harsh, chances are it's actually just right. Because to other people, that's how it's gonna...
It might sound better.
Right. And that was really hard to get used to. So when you ask me what record broke me the most, I literally felt like with the 1%, I was losing my fucking mind. Like,
Is that when you took your break? When you took your little hiatus? When you started working on that song? Because you took a break, like you said, in isolation therapy. So was that a part of your break and a part of why you needed to step back a little bit from everything and get everything right?
This was in like January or February.
Okay.
Separate thing, and I didn't necessarily take a break from anything at that point. I just kept doing everything else that I was normally doing, and this half-mixed record sat on my hard drive because I just felt like it wasn't ready. And it got to the point where the idea of sitting down and trying to mix it again felt stressful.
But you did it anyways.
I did, and it came out great, and I'm happy with it.
How did the person feel at the end? What was his final critique?
I sent it to him again, and I said, yo, man, I just found out this thing about myself. I feel great because even though it's gonna take work, I understand something about myself now. I felt like deep down, I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with me? You know, there's something going on here. And now I have answers. And just simply knowing made me feel better. I sent it to him. I'm like, yo, I did this today. I feel really good about it. Let me know what you think. And he agreed. He's like, yeah, that's, like, there it is. You know what I mean?
Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Please tell me you know the song.
Of course I do.
Because, y'all, I'm going to tell you a
here
secret.
we go.
I'm going to tell you a secret. He don't know the Temptations. That's
There
a
it
problem,
is.
y'all.
There
That's
it
a
is.
problem, y'all. We going to school him, but that's all right because...
And I said,
Go ahead, what was your
Yeah.
answer? Nah, what was
I
your
said, I'm a 2000s baby.
That's
You're going
not
to
the
have to give me a
excuse.
pass.
That's not the excuse. You're a producer. You should know this music, but...
Almost got away with
no,
it.
you're going to get away with it now. You're going to get away with it now. Stop laughing. He's going to get away with it now because if you really, truly know him, he doesn't sample shit. So that means you don't really pay attention to other sounds.
No.
However, the suggestion that you got earlier was, listen, you might be inspired by something now knowing that you have that certain issue with your hearing.
Yeah.
You might find something that you might want to slightly imitate or find like a useful tool. You know? What's next for you now? Like really, where do you see yourself in the next? Because we're gonna be doing this yearly. We're gonna have to do this yearly. Where do you think you're gonna be next year?
Next year, right now, it's kind of put to the side while I work on a few records behind the scenes. But
How many are we working on?
at least one. I know
Okay.
what's next.
Okay.
And so I'm working on my first producer sound pack.
Okay.
Drums, melodies, midis, all that stuff.
Because you don't use packs, right?
No, I use packs.
Okay.
But just like how there's a company out there that makes the packs that I choose to use and build, use drums and make beats, I'm doing something like that where I'm making my own sound pack.
And sending it to them.
Yeah.
Artists to use. Okay.
And my quality criteria for the sounds that I make is, could I see myself using these in my own beats? If they're good enough to where I would choose, because I have a really picky sound selection. The drums got to hit hard as fuck. You know?
I mean, you're dark. Like, you're super dark. Like, your music's
Style.
dark. It's dark.
It's aggressive, dark, emotional.
I can't wait for the day you try something happy. Can you try something happy for me? Are you really
I just
swatting a
slapped
fly?
the fly out of the air.
On
Just-
camera.
Please tell me that. The air just diverted it in the other direction. Just bitch slapped him.
Yo. Said I bitch slapped the fly. Bang.
Thought that should have left me.
Hey, yo.
That was the best,
I'm
genuine
fucking
moment.
with That was perfect. That's perfect. Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. Love it.
Yes.
Well, we're going to put a pause real quick, real nice. It was a nice interview. We're going to have dinner, though, but we'll come back. Welcome back. So, we just had dinner. I feel good. How do you feel? How was
Great.
the food?
It was delicious.
How was the shot? 'Cause I didn't finish mine.
It was a shot.
I didn't finish it. I took a sip.
Nice little toast.
Well, we sat and we talked. Now I want to just get to a little bit of, let's go back into something real quick because I feel like just after listening, I feel like your brand now feels more immersive than anything.
What do you mean by immersive?
Like it's more like exclusive, more, yeah, you gotta be on point to be with you, like to fuck with you, like yeah like you gotta be on point to come work in your space and utilize your time.
I would say exclusive is a really good word for it because I'm in a better position now where I can choose to work with people or not to work with people. And if I choose to work with somebody, it's because it feels creatively fulfilling. They're talented first and foremost. It doesn't matter what else they got. They got to be talented. I got to like what they're working on. And once I check that box, it's more like, because talent isn't enough for me. If I look at your page and I'm considering working with you, and you have this album maybe, and you posted it like one time in the last 4 months, it's like, oh, so I'm gonna do all the work for you, basically, promoting this. And I put my all into a project, because my heart's in there on the creative side. So you're damn right I'm gonna share it every day. you know? So if an artist is not on that kind of time with me, I don't want to be carrying the workload on the behalf of two people, me and the other artist.
When really it's their project, not yours.
All right, what do you got going on if you take me out of the equation? What do you have left?
Do you think there's a difference between making songs and building worlds when it comes to the music?
Yeah, there's a certain contrast in depth. I think artists are on this hustle culture wave where they're just putting out a banger every week, and they're forgettable because they're doing it with the intention of being consistent.
I'm laughing because you said this last year too.
What was that?
You said it's a hustle culture that people have, and it's true. But go ahead, finish.
Absolutely, and I still believe it, and I'll stand on it today and next year and a decade from now.
And that's how you know he real. He real. He's gonna keep it real.
What was it earlier? Empty calorie rappers.
So the inside, yeah, let's touch on it. So the insider is that I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna make a mixtape.
Beautiful.
It's gonna be called Empty Calorie.
You're welcome.
And yeah, it's gonna have empty calorie artists on there with no substance.
Want me to tell them about the artwork?
Yes, please.
The artwork is gonna be a nutrition fact label, calories 0, ingredients 1 ingredient, fucking mumble rappers.
No, we gotta add the cap too.
What's that?
They're cappers, the liars. That's another ingredient.
Ingredients, mumble rappers, and capping.
And capping.
That's fucking beautiful. That is beautiful.
Ooh, for real. You know, I really feel like you're building a legacy for yourself right now. I'm truly proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, homie.
I'm truly excited to see what next year brings for you. And
this year?
Yeah, because it's not over. You're
We're
right.
5 months in. We're in early June.
You're right. But I'm already seeing next year we're going to be sitting down and it's going to be a whole different conversation.
You know what's funny is, and I've said this before to so many people, but I'm going to do this in the direction of the camera so people can see it. But music careers are not like this, in my experience, and from what I've heard from other people that are more successful than me and been doing this longer. It's more like this, right? It starts out, you're just, obviously there are ups and downs, but the general trajectory is it starts slow and then things start snowballing. And it doesn't matter where I am on this journey, whether it's here or here. I've heard it from people that I trust and are reputable, and I believe it. And even if it's just theory at first, I'm starting to see the proof of it, which makes me believe it more and more. So
keep believing. I believe in you. I'm sure everybody who's gonna watch this and support you believes in you too. Well, let's do this final wrap up. We're gonna do a quick fire. You don't have to answer the question if you don't want to, because I know you got some secrets.
Oh, I don't want to answer any of them. Cut the camera off.
No, you're gonna answer them. Stop.
Just fucking with you.
I know. Dream collab.
Hobson.
Why?
He's a genius. So the more I've listened to him he was the first artist I ever listened to, hip hop artist, when I was like 9 years old. Right? And the older I get and the more I listen to his progression and the new shit he's put out, it's cinematic, it's fucking genius. He's a brilliant composer. I listened to, for example, like All Your Fault by Hobson, I think it was like 2017 or something. And he was really in his bag with the pain and suffering that he was going through, and you can tell. I could tell when I listened to that song that he sat down and made the beat and song at the same time. I noticed these details. I listened to every layer. I can hear things like there's 3 layers to the strings and this and that. And it's like little things like, oh, the bass follows the melody of his vocals. See, that's not a coincidence. He did that on purpose, right? Obviously, I'm theorizing, but it's an educated guess. He did those things at the same time. That's what you were talking about, a song versus a universe. Mm-hmm. That was its own little universe, you know what I mean?
Well, to the team for Hobson, what's his name?
Hobson.
Holla at
Hobson.
Producer Yeti.
I am a composer, not a beat maker.
No, you're an architect.
Architect.
Get it right.
Get at me, Hobson.
All right.
Let's link up.
Favorite recent project? It doesn't have to be yours.
By me or
doesn't have to be yours. Or yours.
I just listened to this project by Norman San. I forget the title
Yo,
of it.
he keeps dropping these names of these artists. I'm gonna have to go look up. Who?
It just dropped recently. Norman San. San is spelled Sann. I wish I remembered the title of it, but every track was just, there was just something different about it that hit on some level. His production style, I don't know if he produces his own stuff or other people do, but his choice of beats is fucking nasty. And he uses the whole range of his voice, and the way he expresses himself is so, it's like the antonym of monotone. He's the opposite of that. So, you know.
Nice. Well,
Love to work with him too. Norman San, if you're seeing this
y'all
shit,
keep hearing it, right?
don't sleep.
Don't sleep on,
Don't
bro.
sleep.
Don't sleep. So thanks for the put on. I'm gonna have to go look that up. You know, I'm gonna tell you what's up when I hear it. Favorite piece of equipment?
Like my own?
Yeah. Or one you don't have. Whatever.
My piano. Arturia Keylab 61 Mark II. It's got 16-piece drum pad in it. I do all my melodies on the piano. I don't click and, you know, put them in on the computer. I play them till I find something I like, and then I record it and refine it.
How old when you taught yourself how to play piano? Or
It's
who taught you
over
how
the
to play
course
piano?
of a few years.
Okay.
I don't think I have proper like piano finger like techniques.
But you know how to get something.
I know how to get it enough to get what I want.
Okay. All right.
So Arturia, shout out Arturia, sponsor me.
Hey,
Tag
yo,
Arturia,
we
tag
all-
Arturia
we
in the
all
comments.
need it right now. We all need a sponsor, hook up something. Somebody
Jaeger.
gonna watch this. What artist that inspires you?
An artist that inspires me. Lex the Hexmaster.
Okay.
I've gotten the pleasure of working with him closer and closer over the past couple of years. We've got like a dozen hits in the vault. Can't say much about it, but I just feel like there are very few artists that do my production justice and appreciate the level of detail I put in, even into things like the drops. You know, it's easy for a producer to just cut all the drums out for half a bar and then just bring it back in, but I carefully craft my drops, my progressions, and this is part of the reason I don't sell my beats on BeatStars anymore, because people don't appreciate that kind of craftsmanship.
I don't.
Lex understands the assignment, for lack of a better term.
Nice.
He does it
Shout out
justice.
Lex.
Shout out Lex the Hexmaster. Shout out Arnie.
Shout out. Okay.
Much
What's
love,
your
man.
favorite and least favorite part of creating?
My favorite part is when it's going well.
Which it should always be going well.
Right. No, of course, but it's like sometimes I have too high of an expectation before I even sit down and know what I'm making.
We're perfectionists.
I want everything to be a hit. And so when I sit down and make something and it doesn't sound like it meets that criteria, part of me just wants to sign off and start something new. And if sorry, go ahead.
Now I got a question.
Okay.
How many songs do you think you have in your vault that you're probably sleeping on?
You mean unreleased?
Yeah.
Sleeping on as in underrating them?
Yeah.
None. When I hear one and it's a hit, I know it's a hit. It's just a matter of when we drop it. Sometimes when it's with other artists and the plan is for them to drop it, that timeline, it's not up to me, but regardless of if it lands with the audience or not, I know in my heart that it's like that's that hit record sound, you know, something meaningful that lands with people and speaks to them. I have this record with somebody, you know, ever since I heard it back, he said, check your email. I listened to it for the first time, the vocals he laid on my beat, and it was a hit, you know, and I got choked up a few times just mixing it. I had to leave the room and fucking come back to it because I was getting emotional. I played it for a couple people, my therapist, lady I was talking to at the gas station, just like a couple people. They all fucking cried when they heard it. My therapist cried in front of me.
Can you send me the song so I can cry too?
I will play it for you.
Oh, play it. Play it.
After the cameras are off.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all.
It's that diamond. That diamond.
So you didn't answer. What was your least favorite part of creating?
Okay. Yeah, so good question. I'd say the mixing, because I'm more attached to how it comes out than the actual process of getting there. When I battle with the mix because, as we talked about earlier, I have something called hyperacusis, and it takes me sometimes more iterations than most engineers to get it right. And that's okay. I've accepted that. That's just who I am. I play the cards that I'm dealt. I get the result that I want. So how I get there doesn't matter to me, and I've accepted that. But anyways, the mixing process, sometimes when I'm battling with the mix, it feels like torture. But I know it's got to be done.
You still make fire shit, even with the torture that it brings you.
Can't argue with the results, right?
Right.
That's all that matters.
What keeps you grounded, but creatively?
What do you mean? Like,
what keeps you grounded? What keeps you grounded to want to keep pushing forward, to be yourself and be creative and stand 10 toes on who you are as an artist and as the architect I'm saying you are?
I'm very mindful of how frequently I'm working on the business and the creative side. If I go too long without doing any creating, which obviously I'm a one-man show when it comes to my own business. I'm promoting my shit, I'm making my own content, I'm putting it out, I'm marketing it, doing ads and all that stuff. You can only be in one place at once. I end up spending a lot of time on the business side. And too much of that eventually starts to feel weird because it all starts with creating, right? We all start this journey because we love the process of making stuff. And when I get that weird feeling deep down, like, wow, I haven't made anything in a month, that feeling actually is like a compass to me to keep me grounded in the process, what I love.
I love that answer.
Just got to listen to that feeling.
Get in a body telling you what to do. I love that. Okay, well, any upcoming releases, any new merch, anything you want to say to the people? What would you tell a young producer, architect, as we're going to call them, moving forward?
As I shift from selling, this multifaceted process of selling beats on top of doing records and everything else I do, I'm in this phase where I know what I don't want, but I also am not very clear on what I want. I know what I want, though, is to put out records consistently with artists one-on-one and be more collaborative and one-on-one with artists. In this process of figuring this out, though, naturally there's going to be less consistency because I'm changing a lot of things. So I might be a little quiet for a while I iron out the details, I guess, of the direction I want to go.
As you should.
Right. Because I don't want to rush into it.
You shouldn't.
It's something you're doing. Sorry, go ahead.
No one needs to know your movements, just like no one knew he was doing this till, 3 days ago? So, go ahead.
And one thing I can say, and I won't go into too many details, but I am working on a record with an international singer out in Europe. And I won't go into too many details, but it is fucking beautiful. It's a beautiful song. She's singing on the hook, got an artist on the verse, and I'm really proud of how this record's coming out.
The smile.
I'm flying overseas in August.
I can't
to
wait
record
to hear
the
this.
finals. She sent me a demo.
Are we doing a visual for it?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
If I do it, it's gonna be out there.
Yeah, do it.
With all the artists, ideally.
Do it. Do it up. I can't wait because the smile he put on his face is almost like.
I'll play it for you. Oh.
Y'all can't get
Privileges.
Well, give everybody your handles. Give any shout outs or whatever you want to do.
Shout out Lex the Hexmaster. That's my guy. Shout out Paranoia. Shout out La Salsa.
Hey.
Homie behind the scenes, helping me with the structure of my career, the backbone of my
homie
albums.
be working. That's the homie right there. He be working.
Shout out Ren Thomas. He was on the last record I did, the 1%. Check out the 1% on all streaming platforms. Social media, PRODYETI, one word, just Prod Yeti. I'm everywhere. Most responsive on Instagram. So if you want to reach out to me and connect, whether you support my music or you want to work with me, that's the best way to reach me. But
do we still have music for sale though, even though you're not exclusively doing that anymore? Is there still stuff people can purchase?
Music for sale is in songs or beats?
Beats.
Right now, my beat store, as of the time we're recording this, May 31st, everything on my beat store is up for negotiation, up for discounts, bundles. After all that stuff sells, I'm not selling beats online. There's like 13 left as of now or something.
Y'all
like
heard
that.
him.
Dozen left.
13?
Yeah, it's going quick. Thankfully.
Y'all heard the number. He said 13, so.
Trying to start fresh.
Yeah, it's May 31st. This drops soon. So when y'all see this, lock in with bro. Thank you, everybody. Shout outs to the fellas behind the camera, though. Shout outs Junebugg. Shout out Dennis. All right, I already forgot
Let's
his handle.
go.
He's new to me, y'all. He don't know me yet, but he's gonna get to know me.
Respect the camera, guys.
All right,
Show them
but
love.
Show love and respect. We got some ill-ass
Junebugg,
cookies.
Dennis.
Can I see the cookie box,
Oh
please?
my God.
We
I had
got
to cut myself off after 2. Not okay.
I'm gonna promote it. We got some ill-ass cookies. One of my
Oh,
employees made us some.
Don't push me.
Cinnabon. What is it? Cinnabon snickerdoodle cookies.
It's like a combination between a cinnamon bun and a snickerdoodle.
Diabetes in a
Type
box.
2. Type 2
Yeah,
bakery.
That's what we told her to name it,
Available
Type 2
now.
bakery. But this was fun. I'm happy to be back. I'm glad I did
Guaranteed
it
to
with
lose your
you.
toes in 2 years.
This motherfucker, yo.
Hold them close. Fucking limp it around.
I'm trying to end the show, Yeti. Yeti, I'm trying to end the show. We got more jokes?
My bad. I'm a problem. I'm a problem. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner.
out. Peace. This is not further. This was a pleasure. I honestly thank you again for coming. You know, I love you. I love you. I'm a big ass
Love you
fucking
too,
fan.
homie. Always.
You always solid. You always keep it cute, keep it PG. I love it. You do good work. I love your music.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to see what's to come. I say this every time. What's to come?
I'm excited too.
Me too. And to the round, baby. Fuck out my face.
We out. Let's go.